I want you to listen to the final stages in Barcelona, where you are out wide.
I am lane 2.
Lane 2. Just before we watch it, what are you doing as you walk out on pool deck mentally to be ready to go in an Olympic final?
This one was actually really interesting because Kieran was one event before me in the 1992 1500 metres freestyle where he won by 25 metres. Glenn Hausman was in second, and Kieran had swum so well that we got delayed in this very small hot waiting area with girls that I didn't particularly like that I had to come out and race against. And the marshalling area back in that time, because we had a couple of very intense competitors like the Pole sisters from Costa Rica who were 6'4" and they come up and stretch right in your face. So it's this melting pot in the marshalling room of wanting to get out there and do it. Oh, and don't get me wrong, because I was bloody good at psyching people out as well.
What was your number one ploy?
I had lots of ploys, but witty with the mouth was always the way.
As in sledging?
Yeah, sledging, smart talking, yeah.
What type of stuff do you say against fellow swimmers?
Just trying to put doubt in their mind. There is a famous Australian swimmer moment that all of my teammates know about, and we always go, oh, don't talk about that with Ali, where I completely psyched her out before an Australian Championships. She had a bag on her shoulder and I heckled her for the whole time. Why have you got the bag on your shoulder? Isn't that heavy? What have you got in there? Oh, I've got my goggles and cap in case they break. I said, yeah, I got them in my pocket too. Isn't your shoulder hurting? And went for ages, and then she just blew up and all the officials were like, did you see Ali Overton got really upset with Nicole? So I'm sorry, Ali, because we promised that we'd never talk about that again. But yeah, I was good at the mind games. But in this moment we were delayed. I think we were delayed about 15, 20 minutes because Kieran had done so well and the crowd was going nuts. So I walk out on pool deck and I see lots of Australians. It's Barcelona, all the Europe backpackers are there, signs, boxing kangaroo, flags, war paint, green and gold, crazy clown hair. So it's the last event on the Barcelona Olympic program for swimming.
So
July 31, 1992. This is 10 minutes past 8.
And the great news is you get Dennis Cometti in commentary, and
Lisa Forrest, who was my idol.
There you go. I was going to say that. So let's listen to it and watch it back, and then you can talk us through it.
She goes out very quickly, and you could expect Haza to make a move now as well.
A chance for some history here. No one has won this event twice, but Christina Ejizeki looks odds on from here. She's got a big lead. In second place, the American Loveless.
That's me in the front of the screen doing my underwater.
There we go.
And second from the bottom.
So
Dagmar Hauser is beside me from Germany.
You're in fourth at this stage.
I'm in fourth. Lee Lovelace is across in lane number 5. She's the piano's falling on her, Lee Lovelace, and I knew that.
Second place at the present time is Haza. Stevenson is coming on strong. Lovelace is fighting on 2 in lane 5. Ejizeki, meantime, is going to win decisively. Ejizeki goes in first. Haza will get second, and Nicole will get third.
Oh, Nicole Stevenson, third place, 2:10.20, best time for her. That's a great swim. But Ejizeki, 2:07.06, less than half a second outside her own.
I love the smile on your face. So for those that are thinking, Nicole Stevenson,
yes.
You operated as that for a while. We
yes,
don't need to go into that.
We don't need to talk about that anymore.
We don't need to go into that.
It gave me goosebumps. It still does.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a long time ago, but it does. It's etched in my mind, and I can hear, smell, feel everything about it. I had studied the race and I'd studied my opposition, so I knew that Lee Lovelace across in lane number 5 goes out fast. She would start to fatigue in the second part of the race. Dagmar Hauser had won the 400 freestyle earlier, had beaten Janet Evans quite controversially, so I knew she was in good form. She was right beside me. And when you're racing backstroke, your peripheral vision is working, but you've got to keep your head still. You've seen the vision of water bottles and cups on heads in training.
Yes.
You've got to keep your head still. But you're like you've just stolen someone's wallet because your eyes are going side to side.
Someone's wallet.
And also you're in an outdoor pool, so you've got no lines in the roof to follow as your marker. So you've got to look at the lane ropes, peripheral vision. Underwater at the turns, you can also see where people are. So my first 100, I knew I was in a pretty good position. I could see Dagmar, I was with her. And then my skill back then was having a good back end, yes. Not so much these days, but my second half of my race was always better than than my first half. So I knew I would come home strong. So my last 50, I just stormed home. And I knew Lee would be starting to fatigue, but I could feel myself gaining on Dagmar. I think she beat me by about 0.7 for the silver medal. But to dream about going to the Olympic Games as a 9-year-old and to have that moment, which, you know, it's so rare to get on a team for the Olympics, for Australia in particular. There was only 34 of us, I think, and even rarer to be able to win a medal, to touch the wall, see that there was number 3 after my name. And I was watching the scoreboard the whole way through, like, so where am I? What's my time? But then to know that it was my best time, stood for 16 years as an Australian record, like I could not have done anything more on that night. It was like it was in slow motion. It didn't hurt. And then to touch the wall and see that was just, you know, dream come true.
It's a great description. Put the headphones on. So I love the medal presentations. No, I love this. So you've got your tracksuit on, the hair's still wet.
And you've got your ceremony tracksuit on. So it's a different tracksuit that you get to bring for the finals.
So before we play the vision, describe the tracksuit for me that we're looking at.
It looks like peacock circles all around it.
Is that sort of parachute material?
Yeah, it was parachute material. I still have it. It still fits. But mind you, back in those days, we used to do like a size 20 top and then small
still have
pants.
it?
I see. I've still got it.
Do you like fancy dress? Do you pull it on?
You actually are able to wear it at the reunions that take place.
That's so good.
But
There'd be some
I haven't
cool
done
gear.
it yet.
I haven't. Need to.
The blazers still fit as well.
Let's have a listen.
Bronce, representando a Australia, Nicole Livingstone.
That's the crowd that I could see.
It's a good crowd. It's the outdoor setup.
And this is Phil Coles, who was the Australian IOC member.
Presenting it.
Which is why I kissed him. I wouldn't normally kiss a presenter.
Big smile on your face.
And they're my teammates up in the stands that I'm waving to. And they've all finished and they're watching me get my medal.
So is it everything it's cracked up to be?
Yeah.
All that hard work and those hours and
Yeah.
the excitement, the disappointment. Is it everything it's cracked up to be?
Yeah,
Olympic medal?
I wouldn't swap anything. Of course, being an athlete and being an Olympic athlete is tough, and there's ups and downs, there's sacrifices, there's things that you miss out on, but I have that forever, and I will never forget all of that. But to be able to move on to the next parts of my life, I also did lock it in a bit of a box with a bow. I will say just finally on the ceremony, just proving the hand-eye coordination, and maybe Robinson does get it from Marty and not me, we did a lap around with our bouquet of flowers, and I watched Dagmar and Christina throw their flowers into the audience.
Yes.
And I thought, a good idea. I can't bring it back into Australia biosecurity. And I tried to throw the flowers up and I completely missed and it went backwards. So that sticks in my mind that I completely cocked that up and it was embarrassing.
You dominate Commonwealth Games. You know, 2 golds in Auckland. You continue. You get to Atlanta where your career is coming to an end, but you make your 3rd Olympic team. Out of the pool, my main memory of Atlanta was the bombing. What's your main memory of Atlanta?
My main memory of Atlanta, firstly for me personally, was I announced that I was retiring before it, which if I had my time again, I wouldn't have done that because there was a bit of an emotional roller coaster of this is my last time I will be doing, insert whatever. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. My main memory also is that for the first time in 3 Olympics, I missed the final of the 200 backstroke. So I'd made 11 Olympic finals.
11th place.
I finished 11th and I had a moment of doing my backstroke start, doing my kicks underwater, coming up and taking the first 2 strokes and thinking, just for the briefest of moments, I don't feel very good. And then the rest of that race was like I was swimming through wet cement. So I missed the final for the first time in 3 Olympics. And then Don Talbot came to me between heats and finals and said, I was a past 200 freestyle champion. I'd raced 200 freestyle at the Barcelona Olympics, but I hadn't prepared for 200 freestyle. He came to me and said, I want you to race the 4x200 freestyle final, which I felt like with Don was a bit of a, you've announced you've retired. We always had a love-hate nemesis type relationship. And it was a bit
tough
of a
man.
He was a tough man, and I think the team at the time were appreciative that I would stand up to him on particular things that I thought were not right for the team. But I felt like it was almost his golden handshake. You've announced you're retiring. I'm giving you the 4x2. don't come back.
You're done.
But we won a bronze medal. And, forever I'll have that moment with Susie. I had lots of relay medals with Susie, but also with Emma Johnson and Julia Greville, two of our babies of our team. So it was a great way for me to finish that. But then the last night of the swimming, we all went out. And there was always a rule of if you go out, at that time, obviously it's changed now, if you go out, don't end up on the front page of the paper, don't do anything silly, and make sure you look after each other. So that night I had Emma and Julia with me, the two 16-year-olds out, and we did go to Centennial Park for a short period of time to the AT&T Centre.
Which is where the bombing was.
But we'd left. Janet Evans was still there on stage at the time that it happened, and we went to one of the streets that kind of had all the nightclubs, etc. So my job as the 25-year-old was to make sure the two 16-year-olds had a good time but also were safe. And then mobile phones back in that time weren't really a thing.
No.
A few of us had them, but the message kind of came through the grapevine that something had happened, get back as quick as you can. And I was probably a bit tipsy at that stage, and there was, I guess, a no drinking rule back at that time. But again, it's don't get caught. And I finished my career. But the two 16-year-olds in tow, we went back, and I got in trouble for being tipsy. And I'm like, well, are you going to kick me off the team? But then it was the head count. We're all our team. And the two that we couldn't locate were Sam and Susie. They were with their respective partners at the time, spending the night away, but I don't think that had actually been communicated that well. So there was a period of time that we were pretty concerned about where they were, and then that kind of played out that they were safe the next day and came back into the village.